For you night and day, let your broken fade away. Don't be wrong. For you night and day, keep your promises. Keep on keeping. For you night and day, let your worries fade away. You don't need them. For you night and day, keep your promises. Keep on keeping. Keep your promises. Keep on keeping. I'm for you night and day. Let your worries fade away. You don't need them. I'm for you night and day. Keep your promises. Keep on keeping. I'm for you night and day. Let your worries fade away. You don't need them. I'm for you night and day. Keep your promises. Keep on keeping. Keep on keeping. Keep on keep on keeping. Keep your promises. Keep on keeping. I'm for you night and day. Let your worries fade away. You don't need them. I'm for you night and day. Keep your promises. Keep on keeping.
Have your attention, please, as we go through the following safety instructions. System malfunction. Prepare for Landspeed. Access granted. System malfunction.
Give to me a second chance to prove my love for you is true. Give to me a second chance to prove my love for you is true. Give to me a second chance to prove my love for you is true.
Well, speaking of Slaughterhouse,
Yes.
let's start the show and kill it.
Do it.
Let's go.
Distance nerding.
Well, good afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm in the future.
you are in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time. We are getting this going. It's Thursday. It's that therapy day. Getting ready to build some Lego, talk with fun people, and of course, just do fun shit, because why not?
Exactly. If we weren't doing it, who else would?
Absolutely nobody. We're the only ones that know how to have fun.
Exactly.
Right? Ladies and gentlemen, I am your boy, Young Phil. And to my side, the most handsome of beards of all the beards that are out there. That's right. The man attached to that beard, Graveyard.
Yes. We're live. Why would aren't we live every Thursday, say Wong?
I would say that we are usually live every Thursday.
You know this. We know this is a recording.
Yeah, I mean, I think he said Kyber Kate would do it, but they don't do Thursdays. They used to. There used to be a Thursday show at one point.
And that's how I didn't sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Because what was you and Fours would play video games after this show?
For at least 2 to 3 hours. Yeah.
Exactly. We should just bring that back.
I'm an old man now, okay? I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, that's right. As the name says, doesn't feel a day over 40.
Because I'm not.
Because you're not. Oh, man. Well, here we are, guys. Let's get right into sponsorships and the sponsors of the show. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this show is brought to you by our good friends over at the deliciousness that is Dubby. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Dubby is a brand of energy drinks created to help focus concentration reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Now, you may be wondering to yourself, why? Why would I want to get Dubby? You know, there's so many other drinks out there. And let me tell you, Dubby has Neurofactor. Neurofactor is a neurotropic derived from the coffee fruit. Helps give your brain focus and clarity with 150 milligrams of caffeine and 3 essential B vitamins help you stay alert and energized. Find out more about Dubby at www.dubby.gg. Use the code NERDING10. Get 10% off your order. I promise you, it is worth it.
Yes, and you know it helps us continue to be a secret offshoot of Maximum Effort Production Company. They don't know it.
Absolutely not. But I mean, you know, it's just we throw it out there all the time.
Maximum effort.
So there we go.
I will shoot your fucking cat.
All right. Cat's shot. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, they just announced over the weekend, or I guess like yesterday, over of course the last couple of days, Dubby just re-released Dub Sludge.
How old was it gone? Or how long was it gone for?
No, so it wasn't gone. They changed the formula.
Is it pickles?
No,
Damn
you
it.
wish. You 100% wish it were pickles.
I do.
It is not pickles. Here, let me pull it up right here. Dub Sludge is back with a new taste. We've taken Dub Sludge and completely rebuilt it to be a flavor that will make your tongue happy to be alive. The same crisp and tart Granny Smith apple and a new and improved secret sauce that transforms this flavor into an S tier.
Oh. So you're saying if I drink the new Dub Sludge, I'll feel something.
Yeah, you might actually feel for humans in general.
It's a long shot. We'll give it a shot, though. I mean,
Right. DeLong's asking, where is the LFG sound? That's actually a good point. There's a couple of things that I need to do. I need to make a whole Andy Merrill soundboard.
I think so.
Yeah. I need to do like an entire soundboard of just Brack. Right.
Do it. Do it.
Do it. But yes, I probably do need to add let's fucking go.
Fake laugh, hiding real pain.
All right. So
And I want to give a quick shout out to the Long Family Cosplay, who I had the displeasure of talking to this week to start making some props for some gory things.
yeah, Jeff is a uber stupid talented guy, man. And the stuff that he comes up with and makes are just insane. So just seeing his cosplay should just be enough to make you make you want to let him do anything. I can't say make him let him do anything on your entire roster of things you do.
You hear that, Jeff? You can do anything to my body.
Yes. But unlike Shadu, Graveyard will not do anything for money. I have to rethink that. Graveyard will do anything for money.
I probably do stuff for free. Let's face it.
Yeah.
I sit and make it for 7 hours for free.
Yeah. Now Graveyard.
I feel just like a little girl.
There you go. Just using all the Deadpool stuff that I have. Sandra said, "Hey, you have to ask me first." All right. Well, let's get to start building here. Our guest seems like he may be running a little late here, so let's at least get started on the build here.
$20.
$20 is $20.
It is. It really is.
But that means if he's running a bit late, then let's start doing a bracket that we have been narrowly neglecting for so long.
I know. So when it's DC, everyone's like, "Oh, we have all DC. We have to get to DC brackets." When it's Marvel, you guys are go, hold on. For shame. But we are back with the Marvel mutates for this marvelous summer of 2024.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. There you go.
Exactly. Just $20 and get you a Disneyland shirt. It's because DC's better. I would say box office says otherwise. For DC being better.
Yeah, no, that tracks.
All right. So
the specifically the box office that Deadpool just wrecked over the weekend.
I think Deadpool has probably made more money for Marvel than anything DC's put out after Christopher Nolan's trilogy.
Yeah.
Combined.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
All right, so we ready to get back into these mutates.
I'm always ready, man.
All right. So before Say Wong asked, we'll lay out the ground rules here for this bracket, as we always do now, right? So if I say a mantle of someone, say, if I was to say Captain America, I would mean every Captain America in any format at any point in time, regardless of anything else. Live action, comic book,
right,
radio, really shitty 90s movies with plastic shields. When I'm talking about that. So when I say moniker or anyone, I will mean
okay, he's friends with us. He's a good guy.
Yeah. So that being said, that's why I'm the first one up is Black Panther versus Tigra for being the better mutate. Really, how you define the mutate. I would say what power set you would more likely want to have between the two.
Okay.
So, and yes, the Long family says language. That's very true.
Language.
So, what powers would you want between Black Panther and Tigra if you had to pick between two of them?
If I had to pick between the two, I want Black Panther or would I want Tigra?
Mm-hmm. Essentially a were tiger, and you can, essentially turn into a furry at any chance you have.
I mean, she is still kind of badass. Just like the question is she more badass than Black Panther? And I don't think she is, because no matter what version of Black Panther you run into, Tigra has like all the powers naturally. Whereas, yeah, Black Panther kind of, has, I mean, I guess he has essentially the same power set, but the main difference is he also has a vibranium fucking body armor on.
One of them does. Not all of them did, though, obviously. But the question is, though, would you want your powers to be able to be taken away if your enemy gives you a smoothie you didn't realize had the fruit in it?
That is a good point. Your powers go away if you drink the smoothie.
Right. Some be like, hey, I made this for you. Like, oh, thank you. And then you drink it and then you don't have the powers anymore.
Yes, that's delicious. You no longer have the powers of the Black Panther. Fuck!
Mhm. Exactly. Who knew you're one smoothie away from losing your powers? But I agree, Black Panther would be better.
Yeah, Black Panther. I think in the end, I still go Black Panther on this. Because even like no matter which version of the Black Panther you get, whether it's T'Challa, whether it's T'Chaka, if it's his grandfather, if it's any of the Black Panthers in history,
Mhm.
for the most part, when we talk Black Panther, we really are talking T'Challa.
Oh, yeah.
What flavor smoothie, whatever the heart-shaped herb is flavored like.
Let's go. They probably did like kiwi strawberry just to mix it up.
Strawberry.
I can't imagine the heart-shaped fruit tastes spectacular.
Yeah.
Seeing that it is kind of extraterrestrial, so it probably tastes like garbage. It probably tastes like durian fruit. I mean,
Oh my god. Nothing about that sounds appetizing.
that's the real secret of the Black Panther powers is you have to be able to stomach that fruit to get the powers.
Can you eat durian willingly?
Right. That's the real catch.
Yeah. Apparently durian tastes delicious. It just smells like 1,000 people fucking corpse dived into the fucking middle of a channel of shit.
I mean, it not go too tangential, but that is a great defense mechanism for a plant.
Right? It's like, hey, it tastes good, smells like ass.
Right. You cut it open like, I think this is rotting. Did we bury this plant in a human corpse?
Apparently that's exactly what it smells like. Apparently it smells like a fucking corpse.
Yeah.
Sketchy kind of at
Yeah.
once you go Black Panther.
You drink the heart-shaped fruit to go back? We'd like to say that, but once you go Suri, you kill the franchise.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I wouldn't say that it's completely dead. It did slow down the franchise, but
yeah, they made some interesting choices with that movie.
Yeah.
So, all right. That being all said, Black Panther is moving on. So next up, we have Johnny Mayonnaise himself, U.S. agent, versus Dagger.
Ooh, okay. So Johnny Mayonnaise versus Cloak and Dagger, basically, fake Captain America,
Back alley, super soldier serum that may or may not give you tetanus.
Pretty sure it gave him tetanus.
Oh, easily gave him tetanus.
Yeah.
Hell, it may have given rabies too, the way he acted out. Pretty sure he's foaming at the mouth there when he's killing the guy with his shield.
Yeah. He was very bloodthirsty in that scene.
Oh, yes. Versus Dagger. The ability to create light daggers at will.
Which, I mean, to an extent, is kind of a badass power set, but
I mean, good for hunting vampires.
very good for hunting vampires. Problem is you even being a back alley failed experiment of Captain America, he still has
a quarter of this powers. Yeah.
Yeah, he still has Captain America's power set. So it's like all the jokes aside, the dude kind of still can hold his own in a fight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
And it's kind of like, what powers do you want? Do you want to have, the powers of a dude like U.S. agent, or do you want to be able to make light daggers?
Right. Living Light. Apparently if she uses her powers too much, she dies.
Oh, there's that too. Okay, never mind. So yeah, I think I go Johnny Mayo.
Apparently she was blind for a short amount of time. Sure. But yes, even 1/4 of Captain Strength would just be outstanding. Now it does make all your characteristic traits get amped up. So does that mean you become even more like Ryan Reynolds?
Absolutely. Anything that makes me closer to Ryan is a good thing.
I don't need a cut rate Green Lantern. Wow.
I don't need a cut rate Green Lantern.
Hey, she was also a dancer. All right. I don't see Hal Jordan dancing and coming up the stage.
I love that everybody's saying Johnny Mayo. Like there's no it's US agent. Everybody's like, no, Johnny Mayo. That's the name we will forever give him because Distance 13 calls him Johnny Mayo.
Oh yeah.
we have if nothing else, we started a trend for what you call US agent.
Yeah. I like it. US agent moves on. It's almost like there's going to be like a new Avengers movie coming out soon. But yet, we had Cloak and Dagger for like one season.
Yeah, I mean, it was also really, really poorly executed. So,
well, yes, it was Degrassi, but with mutants.
Right.
So, Ryan Reynolds played Green Lantern, therefore he can dance. Except I've heard through a grapevine that it was his stunt double that was dancing in the movie.
Which now makes me not like the character more.
All right, so US agent does move on. Ooh, okay. Next up, we have the entire genealogical line of the Bloodstones versus Spider-Man.
Okay, so we got the Bloodstones.
Mm-hmm.
Not the Flintstones.
The Bloodstones.
But the Bloodstones.
You saw 2 of them in Werewolf by Night.
Right. Like they have like a plethora of characters through like the times within Marvel. So it's like there's a lot of characters you can point to. I mean, would they be considered mutates though? Just because I get it, the first person in their bloodline was, but like they're born mutants after that.
So that brings in a question. Would the children of Fantastic Four be mutants or mutates? Second generation mutates, I would say, would be mutants.
Yeah, that's what I would say. So but
they didn't get their power from being born with it. They got their power from a meteorite. So the family was already living. It wasn't born with the powers bestowed upon them.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, would you want to have essentially Cypher telling you and teaching you how to use weapons and no kung fu just at your whim? Or do you want to be able to defy the laws of physics, maybe grow a couple pair of arms every once in a while, and have the burden of too much responsibility?
I am burdened with glorious purpose.
Also, not being able to save your loved ones from falling from things.
There's that. I mean, ultimately, I think I go Spider-Man. Because the Bloodstones are cool and whatnot, but
I mean, Bloodstones are immortal that have proficiency in every martial arts and weapons.
Right, but you also have Spider-Man who and we're talking every Spider-Man. So I mean, you got Miles Morales who can like be invisible, and
Miles Morales is his own category.
Miles is his own category.
Yeah, his moniker. He, like I said, he's known more as Miles Morales than Spider-Man.
That's right. So then this is we're really just talking like variants of Peter then.
Yeah.
Which I mean, still, there's like so many different versions of Peter that are just pretty badass.
Yeah. I mean, I would think being an immortal and having essentially be able to fight anything you want and use any weapon you want would be handier than being a spider.
I mean, in the case of Peter Parker, I don't know.
Okay. Say Wong, Ben Riley is the Scarlet Spider, not Spider-Man.
Yeah. It's only because Ben is a clone of Peter's, but I mean, I think that would still make him a variant. Given that he's a clone and not like another version of Peter from another timeline, you know?
Yeah. He is a variation of Spider-Man.
Right.
That's what I mean. If that's what you want, well, that's absolutely fine. Bruce votes Spidey. All right. So you saying Spider-Man overall, Phil?
Yeah, I think I stick with Spider-Man.
He also became the new Spider-Man when Peter retired temporarily. He's true, but once again, say Wong, I'm telling you, Miles is on the list.
Yeah, Miles has his own category, so
Yes. All right, so Spider-Man does move on. All right, next up, we have Marvel's Boy Scout, Steve Rogers.
a lot of people tend to forget that he is a mutate.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Versus Sasquatch.
Oh. That's a nice little matchup right there.
I don't think many people would put those two together into something.
No, they wouldn't. I don't think I would ever have thought the two of them would be matched up against anything at any time.
No, especially Sasquatch is Canadian, right?
Exactly. So you've got the truest, bluest American that there is against a dirty Canadian.
Versus Harry and Harry the Hendersons.
Harry from Harry and the Hendersons. It's funny because that ties into our guest, but I mean,
it does. That's why I mentioned it. It's almost like I read things. So, do you want to be a big furry man or just a beefy cake of a guy?
I mean, the big furry man does also have super strength himself, but
But he looks like Bigfoot.
yeah. Versus, I mean, Steve Rogers. It's Steve Rogers.
I agree. If I had the power to get Haley Atwell, I would too.
The power to get Haley Atwell. Yeah, anytime I hear anybody say the power to get something, I still automatically think of Meltman. Right? And
Yeah.
Meltman with the power to melt.
Exactly. Oh, wow. Jeff's going Team Alpha Flight. Hell yeah.
He's going Team Alpha, so he's going Sasquatch?
Yeah.
Wow.
Sandra saying Steve Rogers.
Yeah, I think I go Steve too.
Just because you can get Haley Atwell. I mean,
yeah.
yeah, but think of it though. The one downside of his effect, can never get drunk. That'd be horrible.
Especially with the shit that he deals with.
Right. You think that he'd want to be able to drink, but you know.
The amount of PTSD that Steve Rogers inherently has. I mean, he's a Hydra agent, so what does it matter?
Exactly.
Again, fun fact, kids. If you didn't know that, go read a comic.
Now he's living on the moon.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get an answer to it.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Or maybe we'll just have to find out in something very secret. Who knows? 2027. Ooh.
Nice Secret War reference.
Ooh. I think Chris Evans should come back. If we're getting Doom, we need Mulva, the cow maid that is the parents to, the maid to Scarlet Witch and Pietro.
The maid to the twins.
Yes.
They made a reference to her in the show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's who I want Chris Evans to play next in the MCU.
Play Mulva.
Yes.
His third role in Marvel now that his version of Johnny Storm is canon. Sorry,
I don't know what you're talking about. Some of us haven't seen the movie.
You guys had spoilers.
Johnny Storm meets Steve Rogers. Yeah. All right. Well, unsurprisingly, the man who
moves on.
The man who gets everything special about him from a little bottle moves on. All right. Next up, we have the Daywalker himself.
Yeah.
Blade versus the Hulk.
Oh, come on. Really? Fuck you, RNG.
Well, you want both to move on, don't you?
Yeah, I want both of them to move on.
I haven't seen the movie yet so long. What's wrong with me? It's called I'm Making Movies. That's what's wrong with me.
Son of a bitch. Okay, Blade versus the Hulk. Do I want to be a vampire with all of the advantages and none of the disadvantages?
But has to worry about people always trying to ice skate uphill.
Motherfucker's always trying to ice skate uphill. Or do I want to be a dude who turns into a unstoppable rage monster, and the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets, to the point that he can completely destroy a planet just by walking?
Mm-hmm. Downside is you get to Randy, you can also Hulk out.
Randy?
Remember when in the Edward Norton one, he had his heart rate monitor.
Oh yeah. If he gets too Randy. Okay, I get the joke now.
Yes, we can't control the Hulk so long. We're asking you, what power set do you want? If you're the Hulk yourself, do you care if people can't control you? I wouldn't. What are they gonna do? Put on a suit and explode me from the inside?
Oh. It's almost like you read a comic book.
What? Almost. Honestly, I'd go Blade.
I mean, I kind of ultimately want to lean Blade.
Mm-hmm.
Because just his power set is just too fucking cool.
Yeah, I mean, he's strong enough to kind of overtake Spider-Man.
Yeah. Also, canonically, he's British.
Yes.
A lot of people don't realize that because of the movies.
What?
But canonically, he is British.
Are you telling me that a comic book movie would be so inaccurate to change the origin story from someone?
Well, they did that purposely. Wesley Snipes said he wanted to update the storyline, and because like he said that because he read the comics, he said that there was an interview where he said that he felt that that he was kind of underserved in the comics.
Mm.
And they changed the origin. They added more with Whistler.
Mhm.
They like changed a whole bunch of things with him, and it made him more compelling to the point that Marvel changed the entire origin story on their end too.
Also, you have the powers to kill Morbius any chance you want it. I'd do that too.
Exactly. Oh, that's definitely a power I would want.
You have the power of Sony.
You have the power of ending Morbin time.
So you go in Blade then, Phil?
I think I go Blade.
Okay. Blade moves on.
Yeah, but yeah, Marvel changed his entire origin story because of the way that Wesley Snipes did the movies.
I'd say they'd change it for Mashal Ali, but that movie's never coming out.
Yeah, no, supposedly it was supposed to. They were supposed to. Supposedly they were going to be like building off of that story and building off of that lore.
I mean, maybe we'll see Blade in Eternals too.
The rumor is Wesley Snipes is coming back as Blade. There's a reason for it, and I'm not going to say anything any further.
I know your reason for it.
Okay, so you saw the spoilers.
Oh yeah, I've seen all the spoilers. I think that would work up until 2027.
When he's too old to play the character again?
I think when the soft reboot happens.
Oh, gotcha.
I still am fully thinking that Secret Wars will be the soft reboot.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, you can. That's just an excuse to have Wesley Snipes back as Blade for a few more movies.
Mm-hmm.
And that you get that swan song that they wanted because they never actually finished the story the way they wanted to. And that gives you that gives an excuse to, like, now they have more time to write the Mahershala Ali story
and go through 20 more writers. Yes, that time.
Well, like, that's the whole thing, is now they can kind of like solidify what they want to do with that storyline. And at the same time, if you're doing Blade with Wesley Snipes again, and the fan base is just going nuts over Wesley Snipes, and that just tells you, okay, we can't deviate too hard from this storyline, because if we do, we're going to piss off the fans.
We'll see. I have strong opinions over the Doom of it all.
I talked about it on Tuesday, but I think that this version of Doom isn't going to be the final version of Doom that we get.
No, not at all. I like the theory that he's 838.
Yeah.
But
especially the other thing being that they said that this version of Doom is going to be making his appearance in
First Steps,
which means he's going to be the Doom from that universe, and they've already said that this is an alternate universe Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah.
So that just tells me that we are going to be getting a version of Doom where, like, I even though the Russo said specifically that he's playing Victor Von Doom, I don't think he is Victor Von Doom. I think we've all said it. He's going to be the infamous Iron Man.
He is.
Right.
I like the theories that he is essentially what if there was no Pepper Potts?
Right.
That, the Sentry bots, the Ultron bots in 838 were the creation of that Iron Man who becomes Doom.
Right. Because it is a comic storyline. That's why I'm not like too upset with it. You know what I mean?
It's a what if and the brain swap.
Right.
That's it.
And again, that's why I'm not upset with it, is because At first, I was like, "Oh man, Robert Downey Jr." Like, I kind of don't want to ruin that legacy, but if it's an alternate universe Tony Stark, then I'm all for it.
The only problem I have with all of this
Mhm.
is I want Doom to be a bigger villain than what they're going to have him be by the end of this year. He needs to be a mainstay.
And that's the thing. I think that that's going to be their transition into us getting an actual Doctor Doom.
I think it's a mistake to go from RDJ to someone else, though. They're never going to accept it.
Because, like, I keep saying, I've been saying from the beginning, I think Cillian Murphy would be the best Doctor Doom.
Oh, yeah. I think Giancarlo Esposito would have been a fantastic too.
Oh, that too. Giancarlo, but we know he's Sidewinder now, so I mean I'm okay with that.
Right. I'm just saying if it's going to be like now we're going to have to fill in Iron Man shoes and Doom shoes with two different people.
Right.
After 2027, I think that's going to be damn near impossible to do.
Well, I don't think they're done with Kang the way that everybody thinks that we're done with Kang. I think he is going to. They're going to transition into Iron Lad.
And Young Avengers.
For Young Avengers, and I think that that's a good way to revert Kang. Also, getting a new Iron Man variant, right? And that's going to be like our Iron Man moving forward. Is Iron Lad, which I would love Iron Lad to be the new Iron Man.
We'll see. All right, but Blade does move forward. Next up, we have Cloak versus Man-Thing.
Okay, so basically Swamp Thing in the MCU.
Yes.
Versus the Invisible Man.
He has a cloak. You dive into his cloak, you enter an alternate dimension. Now, is it the same dimension that Nightcrawler bamps through? Who knows?
I mean, the comics suggest.
Is it the same dimension that the Spot goes through?
Uh-huh.
Has anyone asked these questions before?
Is this the question, or is this the universe that Scott draws his uncanny abilities to abandon his children from?
It's entirely possible. I mean, that's a powerful dimension that's there.
Right. I actually was going in the direction of another joke, but it was just too easy to make that joke. No, I was going to mention that that Scott draws his quote unquote plasma from.
Yes, but as anyone that knows the show, we know Scott's real powers is child abandonment.
Child abandonment.
So what do you think? Being able to just essentially poof and get people in through other dimensions versus being Swamp Thing, essentially.
I mean, like lesser Swamp Thing, because does Man Thing have the ability to commune with all of nature?
Don't recall.
So
I mean, Swamp Thing does get Heather Locklear too. So,
like, basically, that's just telling me that he is a lesser version of Swamp Thing.
The question is, who was first?
I think Swamp Thing was first.
But I mean, he essentially can't be hurt.
Right, because he regenerates off,
and he instills fear.
Right,
and he manipulates plants. And he's best friends with Howard the Duck.
He is best friends with Howard the Duck.
You know,
that automatically gives him extra points,
right?
When your best friend is Howard the Duck,
and he comes from Florida. He is Florida man.
He is Florida man.
They both came out in 1971.
Oh, but how far apart from each other?
July of 71 was Swamp Thing. May of 71 was Man Thing. So Man Thing was first.
Really?
Yeah.
DC stole Man Thing?
Yep.
But Swamp Thing is so much better of a character, though. So they were like, we're gonna steal this character, but at the same time, we're gonna make it so much better.
I mean, it does have the power. Something does have the power of getting canceled within your first season.
Yeah, but that was a mistake. That fucking show was awesome.
I agree. But that's neither here nor there, and it's not a man. It's a man thing.
It's not a man. It's a man thing.
These are like two throwaway powers, let's face it.
I know. I think, I don't know, Man Thing versus Cloak. Do you want to be Bathman or do you want to be fucking Swamp Thing?
I mean, I'd personally rather be Man Thing because I get to hang out with the actual horror side of Marvel.
Stop hating on the fucking horror shit. It wasn't that bad.
I say that's what I said. I'd rather be on that side.
Oh, okay.
Wow, people would rather be Cloak.
What?
Yeah.
Maybe it's because, you know, if you're Man Thing, you're perpetually a fucking ugly monster for the rest of your life that only few people can understand.
That's different for me now. How?
Like, that is my life. Who I am.
All right, so we got 2 for Cloak. I said I'm voting Man Thing. What are you thinking, Phil?
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I kind of don't care about either of their power sets.
You could just flip a coin.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I think heads Man Thing, tails Cloak. Flip a coin.
I don't
It's
have
heads.
it's heads.
So Man Thing.
Uh-oh, that makes it a tie.
Oh shit.
We'll get more people in the chat. We'll move on. We'll come back to that one. Next up, we have Wonder Man versus Ben Grimm, the Thing.
Ben Grimm, the Thing.
Yes.
Versus Wonder Man. Okay.
Taylor said Man Thing, so there you go. Man Thing moves on.
So do we want the reality TV show superhero or fucking Ben Grimm? I think I'm gonna go Ben Grimm, dude, because just Ben Grimm he's funny. He still gets the hot chick in the end.
But does she die in the landslide?
Oh God.
That's an old reference to the shitty Fantastic Four movie. Oh wait, which shitty Fantastic Four movie, you may ask?
Not the one that turned Doom into a blogger.
Correct. No, I agree. I agree. The Thing would be.
Yeah, because Ben is so much more fun of a character. You know, like, I mean, yeah, you can argue that Wonder Man is a fun character too, but I mean, I think Ben Grimm is just ultimately a funner character to deal with.
And Wonder Man was officially cast for the TV show, right?
Yahya Mateen Abdul. Yahya
Yeah.
Abdul Mateen, the third.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do I think Nathan Fillion would have been a better person to play the character? Yes.
I was going to say the guy who specifically said he hates superhero movies and doesn't want anything to do with them anymore is the guy that they cast to play Wonder Man, and they've wrapped principal on it, which means he actually did it. So,
oh wow,
yeah, it kind of bothers me because yes, he's an amazing actor. The dude is a great actor, but just like when you sit there and say like, I can't act in better movies because I have to play in these superhero movies and just hates on superhero movies. It's like, dude, like his whole thing is he's saying that he's not able to do Oscar worthy performances because he's the best actor in a movie that is essentially garbage.
I would rather have fun.
Yeah, because like now he's been Dr. Manhattan. He's been obviously he's been Black Manta, and like
Candyman.
Oh, that's right, he was Candyman. He's been Morpheus. Like the whole thing with that is like his. If you go back, if you were unfortunate to watch the Lost Kingdom, he was the best part of that movie.
Yeah,
like it's his performance because you feel how angry he is and how much vengeance he wants to take. And you can't get that from shitty acting.
Correct. Like I said, I just personally think that Nathan Fillion would have been a better choice just for his persona of his characters he's played in the past.
Yeah.
And it's nothing against, just because I think he is fantastic. But I think if you want the egotistical driven, film star, Nathan Fillion fills that role perfectly.
Yeah, Nathan Fillion would have been a good casting choice.
That was the original casting choice I had thought.
Was Nathan Fillion as Wonder Man?
It might have been a fan casting, though, just like we fan casted him as Nathan Drake.
I mean, that made so much more sense, though, because, like, they based Nathan Drake on Nathan Fillion. Why wouldn't you do that? That's a conversation for another day.
It is. All right, so the thing moves on. Next up, we have Photon versus Jessica Jones.
I mean, Jessica Jones just has generic super strength.
She is a ripoff of Captain America.
Yeah, she's nothing against Jessica Jones, but I mean, like, between her and Photon has powers that you might actually want.
Yes.
And at one point she is Captain
Marvel.
Captain Marvel, yeah. So it's like, yeah, I think I go Photon.
That's fair. But only one of them banged Luke Cage.
It's true. Only one of them did bang Luke Cage.
I'm not saying Photon wouldn't if she didn't have the chance. Yeah, I don't know. I feel that
Power Man is a lot of man.
Yes. I like Jessica Jones. I like her power set just because it's more of a subdued Captain America.
Yeah.
Power set. Yeah, but Photon would just destroy everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, not just that. Like Photon, I think she just has a cooler power set generally.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think Jessica Jones got like the 4-3 wash from the vial from Captain America. It'll be interesting where we see her next, though, in the MCU.
Ooh, Photon or Jessica Jones? Because both of them are coming.
Photon,
Okay.
because of the underwhelming box office success of the Marvels.
Underrated film, man. That movie was a lot better than they got credit for.
Yep, but we have trolls like Doctor Doom. All right, so Photon moves forward. Speaking of Captain Marvel, we have Captain Marvel versus the Man with No Fear,
Oh,
Daredevil.
ooh, yeah. That's a hard one. Captain Marvel was OP as fuck in the comics, in the MCU, and everything. She is super OP. Daredevil was such a dope character, though.
I want to say it's an easy one. You're right. Daredevil does get Karen Page and Night Nurse.
He's also one of the people that is a massive hater of Carol Danvers. So.
Oh, I'm aware. And the answer is Daredevil.
We all know Say Wong doesn't like Carol Danvers.
But she's not the only Captain Marvel.
True.
There was a man Captain Marvel.
Marvel?
Yep.
But Marvel is now a woman in the MCU.
Correct.
But yes, the original Marvel was a man.
Mm-hmm. As far as power sets go, I mean, I think from like a day-to-day life powers, Daredevils would be handier.
Yeah.
To be able to have that slight, clairvoyance and be able to see things and study things a lot better, which makes you better at fighting and everything else.
Right. He has his senses are heightened.
Mm-hmm.
Like every sense that he has is heightened.
Yeah. So I think from if I wasn't fighting crime, if I just had to choose between the two power sets just to use in my day-to-day life, I'd pick Daredevil. So what do you think, Phil?
It's kind of hard just because Carol Danvers is a massively OP character
Mm-hmm.
in the comics. And that almost makes me want to pick Carol Danvers because I think she would make it farther down the line. Except for the one version of her that got absorbed by Rogue. But I mean,
You have the power of comatose.
which made Rogue an OP character until Carol woke up again.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. I mean, she held her own eventually in Civil War II. She got the shit kicked out of her by Captain America, but it's she still came back and then beat the shit out of him. So I was which technically leaves Captain America 2-0 in Civil Wars.
Yeah.
Technically, because he won the fight, but lost the war because he lost his cool in front of all the civilians, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, no, we don't like Captain America anymore."
He went Johnny Mayonnaise.
Yeah, oh my god, he went super Johnny because he beat the mask off of fucking Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that book is right up here. Pretty sure I have that book right in front of me. Yep, right there. Oh my god. Such a good fucking book, man.
Oh yeah.
We also did learn by the end of this book that it wasn't Steve Rogers. Or not at the end of the book. I think it was the beginning of the next book that it wasn't Steve Rogers.
Is that Super Scrolls?
No, it was Bucky.
Mm.
Entire time. So this was the lead up in the story going into this was when Crossbones killed Captain America.
Okay.
And so Captain America's dead at this point, and then he shows up in Civil War, and people are like, "Oh, okay, I guess he just didn't die." And it turns out after Civil War, after the book, it turns out that it was Bucky the whole time in the Captain America costume, which kind of throws me off, just because there is a scene that you see in the sewer where Punisher is trying to like get his way in, and that's where Spider-Man attacks everybody with the Iron Spider suit.
Yeah.
And in that scene, Steve is, or who we think is Steve, is out of costume, and it's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed dude that doesn't have a metal arm, and it's like, how is that fucking Bucky Barnes? I don't understand that scene in the book.
Yeah, I think they retconned it.
No, they did. They in the next book they retconned it, but they probably didn't like address that shit.
Right.
You know, because then they like revealed that yes, Captain America is still dead. He's not like in this time. And then, you know, and then they wake him up later and he's a Hydra agent and all that shit. But I mean, like, yeah, it's yeah, I did that. That's a rant that I went off of talking about Carol Danvers, man.
A tad.
Yeah. Just it's showing my nerd bona fides, right?
Uh-oh.
So, do I go Carol Danvers? Do I okay. Like, I want to lean Daredevil, but at the same time, it doesn't feel right going against Carol Danvers just because she is fucking monstrous. So I think again, ultimately, my intuition is telling me to go with Carol Danvers.
All right. Well, that makes the tie. So, chat, Tater, if you're there, we need you. Daredevil versus Captain Marvel. What's your vote? All right. So while we're waiting for chat on that, next up, we have Power Man himself.
Yeah.
Versus Deadpool.
Oh, Deadpool.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I
can make arguments for Luke Cage, because yes, Luke Cage is the invulnerable man and everything like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Deadpool is taking down a lot stronger guys that you know people tend to forget about. Tater said Captain Marvel.
Yep. Yeah, Captain Marvel does move on.
Deadpool, and I'm gonna make my case, and I know half the chat are a bunch of Deadpool fans too.
Yeah.
Right. But my case here is, for example, T-Ray. Right. T-Ray was a lot stronger than Deadpool. He has a very similar power set to Power Man.
Mm-hmm.
And Deadpool was still able to beat him. Deadpool is one of those characters, like he beat Deadshot, not Deadshot, Bullseye. Sorry, Bullseye. He beat Bullseye. He beat he's beaten a lot of people who should have an advantage over him.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times the reason that Deadpool wins is because of his unpredictability.
Because he's crazy as hell.
Exactly. Like, the whole thing with Deadpool is you cannot predict what he's going to do. Mainly because he doesn't know what he's going to do.
Right.
And he tends to win a lot of fights because of that.
So that's why you want his powers?
Oh, why do I want his powers? Because he has instant regeneration. If we're going to go off of comic book powers, he has instant regeneration. His regenerative healing factor is actually better than Wolverine's.
Well, he's not being poisoned all the time.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, he is, because cancer.
Well,
but I mean, like, you know, Because his cancer, like the whole reason he looks the way he does is because his cancer is generating faster than his healing factor can heal it. But he has a faster healing factor than Wolverine. He has teleportation, which a lot of people tend to forget that he has. He has God, what else does he have? Of course, he has heightened reflexes. He has slight super strength, so he's not like his super strength isn't like Captain America's super strength, but he has like heightened abilities to the point where like he could fight somebody like Taskmaster and win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the dude got crushed by the Hulk and got up and kept fighting.
Right.
Like Deadpool, power set wise, like you have the invulnerable skin with Power Man and the super strength, right?
Yeah.
But with Deadpool, you have a regenerative healing factor to the point that if you cut a part off of him, it'll turn into another Deadpool. Right?
He's like a starfish.
He really is, right? That's how we got evil Deadpool. And then again, the teleportation factor, the accuracy. He has like he's basically Deadshot when it comes to like the way that he can like pinpoint accurately place a round.
Now, is that from his mutation or from his mercenary days?
Combination of both.
I mean, he was already good as it was.
He was already like a really skilled marksman when he was a mercenary, but when he got the when he got the mutate, like when the mutation came in, it heightened all of that. So now he can like, as a human, he wasn't like so good. I can like not look and take a shot and still get it. Like the way that he was is like with his heightened abilities, like he almost has somewhat of like he has like a minor version of what Daredevil has when it comes to like his senses. And I think like power wise, I would prefer to have like basically the ability to be the most unstoppable mercenary in existence. Because technically, Power Man's also a mercenary because Heroes for
Hire. Yep.
Right. So between the two of them, like Power Man's been able to be stopped on more than one occasion. Deadpool just gets slowed down.
Right.
So yes, I go Deadpool.
Wow. Somehow Deadpool pulled it off. No one voted for poor Power Man.
No one voted for Power Man at all?
No.
I think part of that also might be that like not enough people know about Power Man, even though he had his own TV show. Correct. Also, we're referring to him as Power Man and not as Luke Cage.
Yes.
So I'm sure everybody's like, oh wait, Luke Cage, I know who that is.
Because he's Power Man.
Right. His actual name in the comics is Power Man.
Yeah. All right.
That and he gets to bang Jessica Jones. He marries Jessica Jones. So
yeah. Very true. So somehow, yeah, somehow Deadpool won. It's not like we're a pro Deadpool channel.
Yeah, it's not like you have a guy that dresses as Deadpool and a whole group of a Deadpool cosplay or a cosplay family that cosplays as Deadpool on the channel.
I'd almost say I'd go as Beardpool.
I'm sure Beardpool's a thing.
I'm sure. All right. So RNG put our number 2 versus the number 31. Miles Morales.
Okay.
Versus man bitten by a radioactive lion. Radioactive spider versus radioactive lion.
Miles Morales versus Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. Given,
Has Craven ever gone against Miles?
I don't think he's gone against Miles, but I
He's
mean,
gone against Spider-Man a lot.
given that he couldn't beat Peter, I mean, he was a giant threat to Peter, but he couldn't ultimately beat Peter Parker. And Miles Morales has all of Peter Parker's moves and then some. Literally and then some. He has powers that Peter doesn't have.
True.
So, you know, the bias in me says Miles Morales, but the comic book nerd in me also says Miles Morales.
So Craven's what you're saying. Got it.
Again, I like Kraven the Hunter. Don't get me wrong. Kraven the Hunter.
I love Craven the Hunter.
Yeah, Kraven the Hunter is one of my favorite villains. Hence why I've been so upset about what they're doing with this movie, right? Like he is one of my favorite villains, right? He would be in my top 5, but not higher than Apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
Because Apocalypse is my all-time favorite Marvel villain.
Right.
Kraven's up there with him, right? But again, Miles Morales is my Spider-Man, man, and not just my bias that I love Miles Morales, but like if you really take his moveset and what he can do in comparison to Peter Parker, like I think that he has an advantage over Peter Parker, were he the Spider-Man that was being chased by Kraven in the first place in Kraven's Last Hunt.
So this begs the question: would Wolverine versus Kraven playing hide and seek be the longest game in history?
If they're playing hide and seek and Kraven's hiding, he's not really hiding from Logan for very long.
But how do you think Kraven's tracking skills are compared to Wolverine's?
I think his tracking skills are great, but I mean, I think if Kraven's the one that's hiding,
mm-hmm.
Wolverine's going to find him instantly because he's going to smell that stinky ass.
But do you think Wolverine would be able to hide from Kraven?
I think Logan could hide from Kraven a little bit longer than Kraven could hide from Logan, but I mean, it's not by much.
Well, except on his birthday, because then anyone can find him named Sabretooth, no matter what he does.
I mean, because Kraven is the best tracker alive.
Correct.
Right. So, that kind of gives him that he's got voodoo powers. I mean, it wouldn't be too hard for him to find someone like Logan.
Are you saying that his powers didn't come from a radioactive line?
No.
That maybe there's some African voodoo magic involved instead?
Yeah.
Because Sony would have me believe otherwise.
No. Sony would also have you believe that he's not Russian. So.
Correct. And it was what was his lover's name? Calypso?
Oh, Kraven's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who made that serum and kept him alive? Here's the question. Do you think that is part from the heart plant? From Wakanda?
Ooh. I never thought about that. That actually is a good idea, dude. Like that could be the heart-shaped herb from Wakanda could have been what gave him his powers.
Uh-huh. Has that never been thought of?
I'm sure somebody's thought of that.
They had to.
Yeah, there's no way that that you're the first person to think of that. I was gonna say weird, like I have credit. You're the one that came up with that idea, so let me give credit where credit's due.
But I mean, she was in Africa.
Yeah.
She did use local stuff. She didn't use the full thing. It almost makes sense.
And especially because of the powers that he has.
Correct.
You know, he basically has the same powers as Black Panther.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of fucking sense.
Marvel, if you're listening, if that hasn't been established or no one's thought of it, put it in your comics. Sony, if you're listening, stop what you're doing.
So, Sony, if you're listening, cancel your movie and give the fucking property to Marvel.
Yes, please.
Because I'm sure that somebody at Marvel would immediately think of that
Easily.
and then make him Russian.
Oh, that too. Hell, he could have been great friends with Red Guardian.
Seriously.
Like, this is how you tie it together. You have part of the heart-shaped herb from Wakanda, friends with Red Guardian, hunts Tom Holland Spider-Man, and not radioactive lions.
Yeah, I mean, if they would have just said Sony doesn't get to do that character and they do Craven's Last Hunt for like one of the Spider-Man movies,
Mm-hmm.
like that would have been so much better.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Easily. And quite realistically, he could have hunted down the Rhino and the Lizard and Scorpion as animal-based things he hunts for fun in the meantime.
Right. Like, you know, that's just an excuse to kind of retcon those characters, you know.
Right. All right, I think we're writing this movie, right? Sounds like, right? We're going to go pitch it for phase 28.
Yep, we are. 100%.
Okay. All right. So, that being all said, Miles Morales does move forward. All right, we're back to the top of the list. We're past the first round. We made it.
Yay! I would hit the yay button, but I'm too far away.
All right, so first up for second round, Human Torch versus Silk.
After watching Deadpool,
Silk? Okay.
definitely Silk.
You have the powers of not being a skeleton. I mean, Silk powers are fantastic. But you have to have the power of knowing a good, costume designer to flame on whenever you wanted to.
Right, because as I said last week, if you flame on, then and you don't have a flame retardant suit, then the next time you flame off, you're going to have to worry about not being a sex offender.
Exactly. So what do you think?
Johnny Storm or Silk?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of still want Johnny Storm's powers.
Yeah. Oh, Sandra, it's the Human Torch versus Silk.
Yeah, I think I go Johnny Storm.
Giant. I'll just go visit Edna. That's fair. But no capes.
I'll just go visit Edna. Edna mode.
Yes, I think Silk's only on this list because she went up against Nick Fury.
Yeah.
And you guys hated Nick Fury for some reason.
It's like, yeah, Nick Fury has the power of baldness.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I made that joke without realizing.
Son of a bitch.
He has the power of baldness.
Only one version. I mean, the other part was he had the power of being the Hoff. If you can go Hoff, why wouldn't you?
Once you go Hoff,
You end up in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
you end up in SpongeBob.
That too. All right. I think Johnny Storm moves forward because I'm saying Johnny Storm as well. All right. Next up, we have the Black Cat versus the Invisible Woman.
So, Catwoman versus, honestly, the woman that can make force fields that can like blow shit up in your body.
I mean, Catwoman with the super soldier serum.
Yeah. Which is still just Catwoman, basically.
That's fair.
I go Invisible Woman just because Sue Storm is ultimately fucking OP as fuck. So
If only they would portray her like that in the movies.
yeah,
But no, she has to hide pimples for her wedding day
God.
instead.
Sue Storm in the comics, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the most OP characters next to Scarlet Witch.
And Jean Grey.
Oh god, Jean Grey is another fucking cosmically OP character.
Can you imagine the three of them fighting?
That would be a fucking awesome fight.
Yeah.
Because that's like basically they're like the Gokus of Marvel, right? It's like 90% of the time there's fights that are going on and everybody's just really just waiting for one of them to show up.
Right.
Like if it's the X-Men, you're fighting like, you know, a bunch of like super Omega level villains. You're really just waiting for the Phoenix to show up.
The Phoenix has left me. Are you sure? Okay, she's still here.
You know, or I mean, Scarlet Witch is kind of hard to call because she's, you know, like you never know whether she's a good guy or a bad guy.
It depends on the day.
Yeah. Which actually I appreciated when they made her the villain of
Mom.
You said Mom?
Multiverse of Madness.
Oh yeah. Yeah, when they made her the villain of that, it made me appreciate that because it was like there's nuance to the character. She has her own goals, you know, things like that. And
She also was a villain when she was first introduced.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what made me appreciate it is because you know, they made her a nuanced villain and it harkens back to her character in the comics and like her motivations in the comics.
Yeah, I think we forget a lot of the people that were in the Brotherhood of Mutants originally.
Yeah.
A lot.
Like Rogue was in the fucking Brotherhood.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We talk about it a lot, actually.
Yeah. But it's like, I would say it wasn't until X-Men 97 that we actually showed that past or alluded to that past.
Yeah.
You know, the original didn't really have her ever being that way. And yeah, her green costume was her Brotherhood of Mutants.
Right.
And 97 portrayed that costume, I think, perfectly. So I think maybe we can start getting we need a good Rogue in a movie that already has Captain Marvel's powers. Right.
Like,
I don't think we need another Anna Paquin Rogue.
Oh no. I feel like when they introduce Rogue, that needs to happen in that first interaction with her.
Mm-hmm.
Like we need to have a proper Rogue.
Yes.
You know, because Rogue is another character when we talk about like OP characters, like Rogue is an Omega level character.
Right. So's Storm, but I don't think we ever portrayed her well enough either.
Well, they did in this season of X-Men 97. So
movie wise, though.
Oh no, movie wise, they're always kind of like minor characters that are there because hey, you know, everybody's here for fucking Scott and fuck Scott.
Exactly. Well, it's clearly able to be seen why Invisible Woman moves on.
Nice. It's a good reference there.
All right. Next up, we have Black Panther versus Spider-Woman.
Ooh. I think like my intuition wants me to say Black Panther, but then I think Jessica Drew. It's like fuck, Jessica Drew's she
Yes.
can be considered an Omega level fucking character. So it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
That's where it makes it hard because like I want to immediately say Black Panther, but it's like, fucking Jessica Drew. She's too strong of a character to ignore.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you'd say that, but you could see why she was ignored in Madam Web.
Because fucking Madam Web is terrible and they don't understand fucking spider characters.
Oh yeah. Once again, Sony, stop.
It's like the Michael Jordan meme.
Mm-hmm.
Stop. Get help. And that help is let fucking Marvel make the movies, goddammit.
Yeah, stick to the Spider-Verse and animation because clearly those are not the same people that make their live action movies.
Yeah.
Stick to that world. You can have animation. Let Marvel take the rights to live action and everything else.
Right. Because clearly when Marvel makes the movies, they're good. But when Sony makes the movies, they are absolute trash.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't think it'll ever happen. But I would love the Clone Saga.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen. I think that would be too confusing for Sony to try and like make.
Well, if Sony made it, they would have no idea what to do with it.
Right.
I'd say if Marvel made it,
then it has a chance. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I think they could do it. I think if Spider-Man, the animated series, ever comes back there, did the Clone Saga.
Yeah.
And
then we can get a proper Ben.
You mean more than a one-time appearance?
That's
Yeah,
what we can get a proper Ben.
Oh yeah.
I'd love like a proper Scarlet Spider. Because like a lot of people don't. A lot of people's favorite Spider-Man is fucking Ben Reilly.
Yeah, Ben Reilly is, if you think of like the quintessential '90s Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Now,
for those of you who are like casuals and don't know what the fuck we're talking about, Ben Reilly is a clone of Peter Parker. That
Where is he?
I mean, okay, it's ambiguous to a point, but I mean, like for the most part, the storyline is that Ben Reilly is a clone of Peter Parker.
Yeah.
And he at the beginning of his saga, he was Spider-Man, and then eventually, when he finds out that he's a clone, he takes the name Ben Reilly, Ben after Uncle Ben.
Yep.
And becomes the Scarlet Spider. He's the one that's in the sweater that everybody sees.
Yes.
The Spider-Man costume that he wears at the beginning of Civil War is it's an homage to Ben Reilly.
Right.
Like a lot of fans really appreciated that. So.
Oh yeah. I think there's a good way to do it. I think if they spun out the multiverse and kept it separate without crossovers, we could do a Ben Reilly. We could do a live action Spider-Man 2099. I think we have all these other stories for Ultimate Worlds that could exist. I would be absolutely okay with those being separate worlds, universes.
Miguel O'Hara would be dope in live action.
Yes.
He's so fucking angry. He's so cool to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean I would love all that because I really, really love Spider-Man.
Yeah. The other thing is like a lot of people don't realize, like specifically with Miguel O'Hara, that he is Spider-Man in the sense of like he is literally a spider. It's like a Spider-Man.
Yes.
He has spider DNA in him.
Right.
I know they don't really explain it in Spider-Verse, but yeah, like if you're a fan of the comics, you know who Miguel O'Hara is. You know Spider-Man from 2099 from another time. Yeah, his power set is ridiculous, and he's an unstable spider mutant. It's fucking great.
Right. What if Peter Parker had Iron Man's money in tech?
Yeah,
And was more unhinged.
but he's also what if Doppelganger wasn't fucking a giant douchebag, right?
Yeah, that too. It's fair. All right. That being said, Spider-Woman does move on.
Okay, so Jessica Drew moves on. I know it's like all the Spider Women, right? I still say Jessica Drew. I guess technically, if you really want to get into it, what's her name? Ghost Spider is also a character that's fucking massively badass
Oh yeah.
with that retcon.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right. Everyone get their mayonnaise out because it's time for Johnny Mayonnaise.
Johnny Mayonnaise
Versus Spider-Man.
Ooh, Johnny Mayo versus Spider-Man. So Peter Parker versus a U.S. agent.
Yep.
I think it's a little difficult to call just because there are times that Peter Parker has been able to take on Captain America, but like basically he's a more unhinged, less powerful version of Captain America with the U.S. agent.
Yeah.
So I think the advantage that U.S. agent has in the fight is the level of unpredictability that he has.
Mm-hmm.
But I think ultimately in the end, Spider-Man would probably prevail. So I think I'm going to go with Peter Parker on this.
Oh yeah, for sure. Spider-Man all the way for me. So it'd be awesome to have, like I said, the quarter of Cap's powers. But Spider-Man has all that strength already.
Yeah.
And he's, like I said, he just has he's bothered by the double life he has to live.
Right.
Because he has to protect his 150-year-old aunt.
Hey,
and resets the entire Marvel universe because she got shot.
She's not that old in the MCU, okay? They made her young and hot in the MCU.
And dead.
Well, yeah, she is dead. She filled in for the Uncle Ben in this because I guess Uncle Ben died some other way.
Oh yeah. Thank you, James.
Is James in the chat?
He is. He said happy birthday.
Oh, he's actually here.
So Spider-Man.
So the Spiderman moves on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Jeff.
My name is Javi Spiderman. Have all the powers of a spider.
There you go. Oh man, we're gonna just get into these nitty gritties pretty quickly here, because that was the first half of round one. The second half, first up, we have Steve Rogers versus Blade.
Ooh.
I'm not sure they've ever gone toe to toe.
They have not. By the time Blade and Captain America had like met and come across each other, Blade was already like he had already been a defender. He had already been part of the Avengers.
Midnight
He's
Sun.
been Midnight Suns. Yeah, he's been like he's been a pure good character by the time Captain America like gets to the point where he meets him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think
So, what power set would you want between the two?
again, this is where it gets a little difficult because Captain America's power set is super dope, but Blade, I like basically with Blade, add in. Well, I guess both of them have like have a slow aging process,
And a accelerated healing as well.
right?
I mean, hell, Blade's been pretty much drained of all his blood,
Right.
and was able to come back fine and kill a vampire god. Once again, also be able to kill Morbius. So,
Right.
So what do you think?
Later Captain America. This gets a little bit hard, man. It's like they're both dope ass characters.
Oh yeah,
Joe Blade or Captain America.
the Long family all voting for Blade.
They're all saying Blade in there right now.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, Sandra said the Daywalker.
yep.
Check Instagram here. Nobody's saying anything on Instagram, so
Oh, say Wong is saying Captain. Interesting. Even going against the Japanese Blade, say Wong. Come on.
I think again, this is hard because like Cap has a really badass moveset,
Oh yeah,
but Blade has a lot of fun shit.
mm-hmm.
Like Blade has the sword, which is like a really fun fucking thing.
Who do you think has more stamina, Captain or Blade?
I mean, Captain can do this all day.
Well, so could Blade.
I mean, that's where I bring the joke.
Yeah. Blade's pretty fast too, isn't he?
He is. He's super fast.
So who would win in a foot race? That's it. We need Wesley Snipes to come back. We'll end the movie with Captain America and Blade about to run a race together. But leave it up to the imagination.
Yeah.
So I'm saying Blade for sure.
Yeah, I think I'm going Blade.
Going Blade?
I think Blade is just ultimately a more fun character.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
As much as I want to say Captain America, it's like Blade's just he's too fun not to want to pee.
Right?
That and you can say, "What the fuck are you out of your mind?"
I mean, both have been with Ryan Reynolds now, so
It's true. And and one of them has funnier jokes with Ryan Reynolds.
yes.
One of them has way funnier jokes with Ryan Reynolds in multiple movies.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, apparently now we have a battle of the things. The Thing versus Man Thing.
Well, who won that one? Was it Blade?
Oh yeah, Blade moved on.
Okay. The Thing versus Man Thing. Again, I think I ultimately go with the Thing because I feel like he is just a much more fun character to be. They kind of have very similar movesets. So it's like,
Yeah, it'd be better if the Thing was able to control rocks.
that would be funny. Like if it were like a useless throwaway power and like, at least I don't control rocks. You know what? Shut up.
Right? Maybe he can convene with rocks. Maybe he can talk to them.
Yeah. Real quick, just I'm throwing this out there so Tyler can see it. So right there was a piece of tape on the bag, on bag 11, and it was just folded like that. Basically, there's supposed to be 2 minifigs inside of this kit.
Yeah.
It's supposed to have a Luke Skywalker and a C-3PO minifig inside of this.
Yeah.
And when I got to bag 11, it was already opened and it was taped down to the side of the bag. And the minifigs are missing.
Is this new to you?
He said he got it at the Lego store, so that's why I'm like, somebody. It's like now I'm opening this last bag, and there's a lightsaber in here, so they obviously didn't open this up to grab the lightsabers. Luke's lightsaber.
Interesting. All right, we got 2 votes for the Thing in chat. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how Man Thing versus the Thing would work.
It would be an interesting fight in general, just to even see that in the comics.
Yeah. It really comes down to is if Ben Grimm doesn't clean himself regularly and dirt gets in between his rocks, can plants grow for Man Thing to control?
Oh my God, that is. And I'm sure somebody would think of that, like just moss growing on the side of Ben Grimm.
Mm-hmm.
And Ben Grimm's just like, I told you to clean it.
Exactly. He can't reach it. Does the Thing lose the paperwork? Yes. Absolutely, he does. I mean, it'd be pretty funny if the Thing got a 5 o'clock shadow and it's just moss growing.
Yeah. He's just like, how do you think this game works, Reed? You're supposed to help me wipe it off.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure he would blame Reed Richards for it.
Oh, easily.
Because what else do you do to your best friend but blame him for the problem?
Oh, I think Johnny Storm would definitely put the dirt between his cracks behind him, put the seeds there, and use his flame powers to give it the heat it needs to grow.
Johnny would 100% do that because Johnny's a dick. So it's like he would do it just like he knows he's about to go into a fight with Man Thing, and he's just like, we just put this dirt behind here.
Exactly.
And he's like, in the comic, he's just like, who put this dirt in my crack? And it's like the comic's just like snicker, snicker.
Right. These things write themselves. I don't know why people are doing these. They need us here at Distance Learning to write these matchups for them.
Why would you do that to me, Johnny?
All right. So the Thing moves on. Wow. Next up, we have Photon versus Captain Marvel.
Oh my God. Captain Marvel against Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
I would say Captain Marvel.
It's a Captain Marvel.
Like Carol Danvers specifically.
Do you rather have her powers than the ability to phase into Kelsey Grammer?
Phase into Kelsey Grammer. Yeah, because I think ultimately she's just that much more strong.
Oh yeah.
I'm just trying to see here if I got any emails back from Marc, and I did not.
Hope he's okay.
Yeah, same.
Hope he's okay.
Same.
I know, Say Wong. This was a tough choice for you, Say Wong. Should I throw in there Miss Marvel in there for you too, Say Wong, to make you really choose? I mean, yeah, I would agree that Captain Marvel, her power set would be hella better than Photon's. So Captain Marvel moves on. All right, Phil, I'm gonna do this to you. You're not gonna like me for it.
Deadpool versus who?
Miles Morales.
What? Are you serious?
Dead serious.
Deadpool versus fucking Miles Morales?
Mm-hmm.
You took like my two favorite characters. I guess RNG took my two favorite characters. That's so garbage.
That was a quick Deadpool from DeLong Family Cosplay.
Yeah.
I'm making you pick your favorite child.
You really are. I think ultimately I go Deadpool. I love Miles Morales. I would love to have Miles Morales' powers. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I do. I might have a smaller one inside of that drawer, but that one's the one I use for my magnets on my mask. It is.
That's why I have one child, Sandra.
There should be another.
It's okay, Sandra. I have 3 children. None of them are my favorites.
Okay. So coming back, yeah, no, I ultimately go Deadpool. I love Miles Morales. Miles Morales is one of my all-time favorite characters, but I think in the end, Deadpool is my all-time favorite character. So I think I stick with Deadpool on this.
Sandra says hi to LeJack.
I'll let her know.
So these are pretty interesting final 8s here.
Deadpool moved on.
Oh yeah, Deadpool definitely moved on. We have half of the Fantastic Four against each other now.
So okay, so I know Sue Storm,
Human Torch,
Human Torch, and the Thing. Did Reed Richards get voted off early?
Oh yeah.
Who did he get voted off against?
Spider Woman.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I was just curious, like who voted off Reed Richards?
Yeah. So we have the Human Torch versus the Invisible Woman. Which power set would you prefer?
Invisible Woman, hands down. Again, like I've been bringing it up over the course of 2-3 episodes we've been doing this, and she's just when she hones her skills and she figures out her power set, she's like damn near unstoppable.
Right.
You know, she's kind of mediocre when it's just like, oh yeah, she can go invisible. But when like she realizes that her powers are not that she can go invisible, it's that she can create force fields and that she can basically change the molecular makeup of things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, then you realize like, no, Sue Storm is so just she's not a person you want to go up against.
Right.
Because like I said, I made a passing joke earlier about something that she can do, but she did it in the comics. She created a force field in someone's head and blew up their fucking brain. She is fucking OP, man.
Oh yeah. The Long fam saying Human Torch all the way though.
Love you guys, but I'm 100%. I'm going Sue Storm on this.
Yeah. I said Sue Storm. Hopefully, with Kirby will show the toe-to-toe-ness that she has. She's also freaking smart as hell too.
Yes, she frequently can go like she can go one-on-one with Reed.
Oh yeah.
And Reed is considered one of the smartest men in all of Marvel.
Taylor's saying to look behind you, left side.
Oh, sweet. I said you did have him. Huh? That had him? Yeah.
BJ's restaurant has a s'more pizookie.
That sounds delicious.
If you like chocolate, I'm sure it is.
Chocolate. That's why I always forget that you don't like chocolate.
Everyone does. It's all right. Whenever I go out for places like for anniversary, like it's your anniversary, here's a free dessert. Cool. And it's just like chocolate.
I don't like this shit.
Thanks. A s'mores pizza. Yeah, that I'm sure that's like 5,000 calories by itself.
Sounds delicious.
So does Papa John's.
Who said Papa John's sounds delicious? Papa John's is terrible.
A s'mores pizza? Papa John's has a s'mores pizza?
Papa John's is fucking terrible.
Papa John's gonna find you.
I'm sure he would. Come and find me. I am not. I'm not changing my my stance on that. Your pizza tastes like shit.
James, you don't like chocolate? You don't like potatoes? You even American, bro? Except neither of those are American.
I mean, taters are from South America.
Correct. And so is chocolate from Central and South America. All right, so Invisible Woman moves on. Papa Murphy. I don't know what Papa Murphy is.
Papa Murphy's is take and bake, and that's actually okay.
Ah, okay.
I like Papa Murphy's better than Papa John's. Papa John's, they're like, oh yeah, better ingredients, better pizza. Yeah, well, it still tastes like crap.
Hey, if it's here in America, it's American. That's how America works. I would say that most of Western Europe would consider what we call chocolate is not real chocolate. Just like we call our beer not beer.
And a lager's a lager. You like piss water?
Yeah. All right. Well, so Invisible Woman moves on. Next up, we have Invasion of the Spider People. Spider Woman versus Spider Man. Which is interesting how it got there.
It is very interesting because we're talking Spider Woman versus Spider Man.
Yes.
Jessica Jones, not Jessica Jones, sorry, Jessica Drew has a
Mhm.
very, very strong power set. I don't think she's ever canonically ever like overpowered Peter.
No.
I think every time that they've ever gone up against each other, Peter pretty much always wins.
I would say so. Yeah, I think.
I was gonna say, but the times that they've gone up against each other were like in the future when Peter has like fully like realized his powers.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when like it all depends on what version of Peter we're getting. Now we've already said that in this particular case, it's all versions of Spider-Man.
Yeah, so we're including symbiotes
Okay.
Spider-Man.
So we're including Black Spider-Man, and
Yeah.
yeah, that would mean that Peter Parker wins that fight hands down.
But would you rather have his power set?
What happened?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. His powers, he has the ability to, do what a spider can. Also aliens.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Can he hang from a web? No, he can't. He's a pig.
So we have one vote for Spider Potato from James.
Spider Potato.
Vote for Spider Woman. You and I are both saying Spiderman.
Yeah, I say Spiderman.
It does include Peter Parker. Or Peter Porker. Yeah.
Yes, Peter Porker.
It does.
Because he is a version of Peter Parker in another universe. That's the fun thing about multiverse.
Oh, yeah. Chocolate America Spider Potato, says James.
Chocolate America Spider Potato. So basically, he says all the things that Graveyard hates.
I like spiders.
Or what, but I mean, like chocolate.
Apparently, I hate America. All right. I think Spider-Man is moving on. Yeah, so he walks in. The Gwen Stacy fans will never forgive him. That's fair.
Gwen Stacy's badass. I'm sorry. Gwen Stacy is fucking dope.
Yes, without a doubt.
Yeah, but like I said, there's not a version of Spider-Woman that has beaten Peter Parker in particular situations.
Right. All right. We have time for one more. And that is Blade versus The Thing.
Ooh, that's a fun one. Blade versus The Thing. Do I want the power of a rock muncher
Mm-hmm.
or of a vampire?
Almost vampire.
He's a vampire. He's a daywalker.
He drinks plasma. What are you talking about? Through tiny little holes on his hands. Oh, wait. That's Morbius. That was for the...
No, that's the true hero. Because it's Morbin time. The true hero of Marvel.
Yes.
Morbius.
Mm-hmm.
Hands down. Worst fucking movie out of all of them. I don't know. I never watched Madam Web.
I don't want to. Ever.
James
Good.
watched Madam Web.
I mean, okay, so this is coming from a guy who watches bad movies.
Right.
And doesn't want to watch Madam Web.
Could say
That's
about that movie.
right. That's got to have some merit to it.
And it's out for free now, and I still don't want to watch it.
Correct. It's now to the point where people have to pay me for me to see it.
By the way, if you want to go over just a little bit, I'm almost done with this.
Okay. That's fine. So, who you voting for, Bill?
Who do I want? Bad from what I heard.
I'm quite honestly waiting for the riff tracks from Madam Web to watch it.
Oh my god, that's gonna happen at some point.
Has to.
Love to watch. Like that'd be the only reason that I would like be excited to watch it.
It's the
Because-
only way I watch Batman v Superman.
Did Rift Tracks do a Batman v Superman?
It was so bad that they have 3 separate teams do it.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. They tagged out for each act. It was that bad.
I think I'm gonna go with whose powers do I want, man?
Yeah.
Like, do I want to run Blade or do I want to run? I think I go Blade. I still think that those are fun powers, man.
Oh yeah. For sure. So right now, Blade is in the lead. The only person voting for the thing was Tater. Say Wong, what say you? While waiting for Say Wong, next up we will have Captain Marvel versus Deadpool. And Blade does move forward.
This is where like my brain is like, okay, Captain Marvel makes sense if we're talking like greatest mutates,
Mm-hmm.
but it's fucking Deadpool,
Uh-huh.
and you can't have more fun as a mutate than being Deadpool.
Correct.
I think I go Deadpool just because it's too much fun.
Everyone saying, yeah, Marvel is OP AF, but yeah, Deadpool. And this was my concern with adding Deadpool to this list.
Because we have so many people who are so fucking biased to that character.
Yeah. Yeah. Deadpool does move on.
I mean, we know Deadpool's gonna win the whole fucking thing, man.
Yeah, it's pretty much a given. All right, so we might as well finish this bracket here. Since you're almost done, this is almost done. Spider-Man versus the Invisible Woman.
Ooh, Sue Storm or Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. I'm saying Spider-Man because I do like his powers more. I don't necessarily have the need to explode people's heads in force field. I mean, I do, but
I think I'm going Spider-Man too. I think it makes sense to go Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man is again just kind of a generally fun character.
yeah. Oh, wow. Say Wong voted for Sue Storm. So you're saying Spider-Man?
Yeah, I think I'm going Spider-Man.
Yeah. Interesting. So as it stands right now, Spider-Man. Yep. Spider-Man's moving forward.
Oh, snap.
You know, that's probably going to mean. Because to get in the second, in the championship here, Blade versus Deadpool.
Blade versus Deadpool.
Yeah. Is that Blade?
That is definitely Blade.
Okay. Ooh. I don't know what's chat can go for. I wonder. I might as well just move this character to the final two here.
Check it out, guys. It is done.
What?
I vote for the aging Daywalker. Yeah, check this out. So,
Where'd you get them from? Thought they weren't in your bag.
Tater had him,
Of course he did.
or Tater's dad had him. Tater's dad pulled him out of the bag.
Oh.
C-3PO, Luke, Speeder right there. What's cool is this one's got like one of the turbines is open.
Yep.
You see how like the wiring in it, and like the other ones are all nice and clean. Pretty cool stuff. So that is the Landspeeder.
Sweet. Well, since we're at the final one, I think we should do it. Deadpool versus Spider-Man.
Oh man, that actually is a really good like ending for best mutate,
Yes.
because they're
Arguably probably the two most known ones.
the most known mutates in all of Marvel.
Yeah.
Huh. Let's see here. Who do we go for? Spiderman or Wade Wilson?
Yeah.
CP versus Spoogerman. The
Yeah.
whole chat is going Deadpool right now.
I am not.
No, but I mean like the chat.
Oh yeah. I said I'm not though. I like Spider-Man more.
So Spiderman.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a bunch of Spider-Man shit too. I mean, I've always liked Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
Sewong says Spooderman. So we've got 2 for Spider-Man.
Yep.
Oh no, Sandra, I'm just prolonging it because we all know my answer.
We do?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh. It's Dogpool, isn't it?
It is Dogpool.
Cancer Man.
That is the classic Deadpool action figure right there.
With all the pouches.
The 97 X-Force action figure. But yes, it is. It is the pool of the deads. Is who I'm going for here.
Yes.
Oh, Say Wong said the same thing. He goes, he's voting the pool of the dead.
Even though he said Spider-Man earlier. Within a minute of itself.
Yeah. Sandra, I took it out of the plastic bag because I was taking a picture of it for my cousin, who was the inspiration for that toy. I've told the story 1,000 times. My cousin had a Deadpool action figure,
Mhm.
when I was a kid, and that's what got me into Deadpool. Like, and, you know, it's what made me want to go out and buy comics and everything like that. That's the same exact action figure. That is the action figure he had, and I was able to get it, but it's brand new in packaging. So I actually sent a picture of it to my cousin today, and he was like surprised. Because my younger brother, who also was like, you know, big on the character, my younger brother, he was like, "Would you spend like a couple hundred on that?" I was like, $15. He was like, "The fuck, what?"
That's worth it.
Yeah, $15 for brand new in package action figure from the 90s. Come on, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right, and it's from the original X-Force set. It has it comes that was back in the day when it came with like extra shit, right? So it came with a X-Men trading card,
Mhm.
and the one that's in the box is Emma Frost.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
so pretty fun stuff. Yeah, it was less than the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger figure you got. She got a putty, and I forgot what other character she got, but she got a couple of action figures. And then I got the movie replica. So this is the Legends Black Series,
Nice.
but it's the movie version. I'm still looking for the comic book version of the Black Series Marvel Legends. But yeah, that is it for us, guys. So Landspeeder is done. I got to figure out what I'm going to start building next week, because I'm probably going to do another rebuild.
Mhm.
But yeah, that is it. So Graveyard, let
Yes.
everybody know where they can find you, sir.
Yes, I am Graveyard, co-host of the Mostly Pod Out at Night Mostly podcast.
They mostly
Pod.
at night. Mostly.
You can get new releases every Wednesday of that show as we put it up on everywhere you get your podcast. You can find me on Conversations in the Void every Wednesday when people don't cancel and reschedule with me. So we have two shows coming up next week for Conversations in the Void. That it's going to be Monday and Wednesday. Follow us everywhere and our YouTube channel at Pod Out at Night. Yeah, and I will be working on new movies and doing a 48-hour short film contest this weekend. So that movie will be available to watch probably by next week that we make. So make sure to follow us everywhere at Pilot at Night. We'll keep everything posted there. Eventually, I'll come back to Kyber Cave and get back to the norm once the movie summer is over. Should be ending here in a couple of weeks. I'll be back over at Kyber Cave. Yeah, and you'll see me here every Thursday on Distance Learning on the Build and harassing Phil on Monday when he's playing video games.
When I do play them, right?
Exactly.
This last Monday I was driving, so you know,
There you go.
my truck betrayed us.
Oh, really?
No, my truck betrayed us because I had to drive and I couldn't play video games. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know who I am. I'm your boy, Young Phil. Of course, you can catch us on all of the social medias, on the Instagram, the Facebook, the Twitter, the Twitch. It is still Twitter. Yeah, and I know everybody wants to say it's not anymore, but it is. It's Twitter.
It still is.
Yeah, it's not. I'm never going to call it X. Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Discord, MySpace, Vine, GeoCities, Friendster, Second Life, AIM, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans. It's only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and mandals, the beard, and James's glasses just judging you on the table. While we do all of the fun things like, we'll do anything for money, and it ends up on OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, if you'd like us to break up with your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, pet, schoolyard, bully, annoying neighbor, or just tell us how much you enjoy us, hate us, or wish the internet would consume us and spit us out completely at the feet of Wade Wilson himself, because he wins all the things.
All the things.
All the things. Yeah. You can send us an email at distintsnerding@aol.com, and we will read it live on air. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us. We are back on Monday. I will be back on Monday for some more Mad Max.
Ooh.
So
Oh,
let's get that going. Mhm.
and fun thing that may be happening in a couple weeks is the wife may appear in a horror movie.
Your wife might be appearing in a horror movie. Nice. Also, be on the lookout. The Deadpool versus John Wick movie had to get delayed. There was an effects issue. There was an issue with an effect shot and some green screen issues, so they had to push it back a little bit. But it'll be out once they get all of that kind of fixed. But it will be out soon. And that's right. KyberCon is this weekend on Saturday, guys. Head over down there. You can go and hang out with John Mez 5000. He'll be at KyberCon, as well as the Long Family Cosplay. I believe they will be running the cosplay contest at 2:00.
I had no idea this was going on.
Yeah. So KyberCon is on Sunday or Saturday. Sorry, Saturday.
Sure.
Yeah. So that is it from us, ladies and gentlemen. We will catch you later. It is time for the dance party.
Tater's gonna be there too.
Oh, that's right. Tater will be there, and he will be dressed as Hydra Bob.
Ooh.
Yes. If you haven't seen the costume yet, it is awesome. He walks around as Hydra Bob, as built by Jeff DeLong. So he's got all the Liefeld pouches. He's got the boots and everything like that. It is so good, man. That costume is so awesome. Jeff, as he always does, outdid himself, man. So yeah, he 100% is Hydra Bob, and it is great. That's why anytime you see him say Tater Bob, is because that's the name we gave him.
Okay.
So now he is the Tater Bob, and we told him that he is required to speak of himself in the third person at all times.
I like it.
So usually he'll say, Tater Bob says he wants a beer.
That sounds good.
Yeah. He is now Tyler, the Tater Bob.
There you go.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the dance party. Let's get this going.
Distance nerding.
I have so many pouches for activities.
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. There they are, standing in the road.
The white Power Rangers.
Small ones. The ones that go in your head. Yes, I am speaking. There we are.
There he is.
All right, we'll see everybody on Monday.